Hi everyone. So this is the second part of the notes, and this will allow you to complete the second part of your homework assignment, where we are still working with negative exponents, but we are now evaluating for specific values. So basically I'm giving you values for x and y and other variables, and you're plugging them in and simplifying. So for each problem, you have the option of plugging the numbers in first and then simplifying, or you could simplify first and then plug in the numbers. I'm going to show you the problem both ways so that you can just do it the way you feel more comfortable. So for the first one, where it says evaluate for x equals -3 and y equals 5, I'm just going to plug in those numbers. So -3 is replacing x. Make sure that you use parentheses. You have to. It's not mathematically correct if you don't use the parentheses, because all of -3 is being squared, like we talked about like a lot of over and over this year from the beginning of the school year. And then y is 5, and 5 is being raised to the -3rd. So you can then say, okay, well, right now everything is over 1, so the only one with a negative exponent is the 5 to the -3rd. So that's going to take the reciprocal. I'm going to move it to the bottom into the denominator, so I now have -3 squared over 5 to the 3rd power. Once I take the reciprocal, it becomes a positive exponent. Then everything gets simplified, and this would give me +9, right? -3 squared is a positive, over 5 cubed, which is 125. Okay, that's one way of doing it. You can do the same problem, if you choose, by simplifying the variables first and then plugging in the numbers for those variables. So if I wanted to, I could have started by taking this expression and starting with just x squared over y cubed, right? Because y to the 3rd, I'm taking its reciprocal and moving it down, and then subbing in x -3, so -3 squared over 5 cubed. Same final result. Okay, totally up to you. So pause the video and try the second one where it says 2y to the 0, x to the -2nd. Okay, so for this question, I'm going to go 2 times 5 to the 0, and then x is 5 to the -2nd. And so remember, 5 to the 0 is 1, and that 1 is times 2 and times everything else, so I don't need to show the 1. So right now everything's in the numerator. 5 to the -2nd moves down, so I end up with 2 over 25. Okay, and you would have gotten the same result had you simplified the variables first. And then we can try example 3. Pause the video. This time you have variables for exponents as well. Okay, in this example we have x is -3 to the z power, which is -2, and then z -2 to the -x times y. You can multiply that if you like. -x would be +3 times y. 3 times -1, I have -3rd power, right? So I'm just multiplying the variables there with those numbers that represent them. And now I'm going to simplify this. Here both are going to end up taking the reciprocal. They're both going to go to the denominator, so I really have -3 to the 2nd power, -2 to the 3rd power. Remember, those exponents become positive, and then in the numerator I have now invisible 1, and then so I end up with 1 over 9 times -8. So final answer is 1 over -72, or just -1 over 72. Remember, the negative can slide up. Again, make sure you're using parentheses every time you sub a number for a variable. And this will help you complete the second part of your homework assignment. All right? Thank you, everybody.